Yes, hello everybody. It is the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's another Tuesday, or probably when you're listening to it, it's a Thursday.
It is a Thursday when they listen to it, yeah.
Because we film it on a Tuesday.
Film it.
Record it.
Not yet. The
Record
Patreon's not high enough yet to film it. Bloody hell.
Look,
Telling lies already. We haven't even started. The fake news already.
You are fake news.
Look, no, it's not fake news. It's just, an embellishment.
Alternative facts. I've got it.
Yeah, that's it. Alternative facts.
Oh, far out.
Yes. So, everyone, a round of applause for Mr. McTurchyface.
McTurchyface, this is back. Like from episode 3 or something like that. You finally brought it back. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you very much. He's looking good. He's still got his shaved head and beard's grown since last week, so that's good. And he's wearing flamingos.
Oh,
are they flamingos?
well,
No, they're flowers.
no, they're flamingos. They're flamingos.
Are they flamingos?
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah.
I knew you'd like it.
So, pink flamingos and a blue dark blue shirt. There you go. T-shirt.
Yeah, T-shirt.
It's taken me 27 years of my life to figure out the difference between T-shirts and shirts, but I'll get there. It's like dresses and skirts. I don't know what the word for dyslexic in fashion is, but I'm Fashlexic.
I think that's the title of this podcast.
And I'd like to. We've got a guest.
We haven't got a guest. He's been sitting there very quietly looking at us two idiots yell at each other about absolutely nothing. This is the worst episode of Seinfeld, he's thinking. But anyway, introduce our guest.
Sitting opposite me to the left, because they can see it, because we're filming it, obviously, is Mr. Damien.
It's me. Good evening.
Yeah. We'll add some applause sound effects.
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
it's all in post. Most of this just happens in post. Like all the jokes that you hear, we re-record things and we just put the jokes in later. There's no actual there's no actual comedy now. It's serious news, and then we hope for the best.
So welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm happy to be in the studio.
That is. And what a fine studio.
A fine studio. Projector.
Tell the audience what the studio's like.
Well,
be very careful because you're in my house.
It's everything.
His studio.
It's my studio. Yeah.
Everything I expected and more. It has the gym. It has the projector. It has the professional setup.
I tried.
It has the whiskey as promised as well. So
well, that was it. I sent this guy a message and I said, "Hey, look, we're recording this podcast. We'd like to get another guest on, someone fun, someone that knows
fun,
someone that can rant.
Let's go. Oh, rant. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, great. Where's the studio?" And I'm just Jesus Christ.
Poor Damien has come across from the other side of Melbourne, thinking that we're in a professional studio.
We are. Look at us. How great does this sound? We have pop filters now.
Yes, we do. We didn't have them last week.
We didn't have them last week, but now we do.
So that's.
I feel like I'm talking into a stocking though.
I feel like I'm being restricted. It's like, no, Kieran, don't go any further. You must. This is the force field. So welcome. So you made a journey over here to this side of town.
Yeah, most definitely did.
And it probably took 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, about 20 minutes. It was a good drive, except the navman took me the wrong way. It took me to another side of your town and got lost. And Anthony, the other guy, Turch, he sent me the wrong address. So it all worked out well.
It doesn't matter. He's here now.
I'm here now. That's the most important part.
And the point is, the people listening to us don't know when we actually record this. So
no, that's the magic of it. That's the illusion that we portray. That's it. That's the magic of podcasts / radio / all the other shit I do on the internet.
I feel like because this one's being recorded a lot earlier than it's going to be released.
Yeah.
Not that our audience knows that. I feel like what, we could actually do one of those things what TVs do, like the stations, and they just film one after the other. So we could just do a whole day of recording, and then we've got like 6 weeks off.
I'd feel burnt out and drunk.
And the news will always be out of date.
That's right. We'll release this in like 5 weeks, and all the news topics are they're gone.
There's this great show, William Shatner, and it's called Brown Paper Bag or Brown Bag or something like that, and he has guests on. And they have to do wine tasting, but they don't know the wine because it's in a brown paper bag.
Mm-hmm.
and it's obviously filmed all in the one day. And by the last episode, William Shatner is just shit-faced, and it's hilarious. And they goes for about 5 minutes each episode, so it's brilliant. So there you go. Maybe we should do that with our guests.
We should. Well, we're trying.
Get them to identify the scotch or the wine or whatever it is.
Damien already knows.
Well, weren't you identifying something a couple of weeks back? You're going to get some guests on the show to test something out.
Oh, yeah, the dildo test.
Oh, it was the dildo test.
It was
something
the dildo
else.
test.
Yeah, they tested out dildos.
I did think of that, and when you did send me the message, I was actually thinking about that, hoping you wouldn't have them on the show.
No, they were all given as prizes, and you can watch that on YouTube. On our YouTube channel, we only do One Take Podcast.
I unfortunately wasn't there at the time. I was called to an emergency.
Unfortunately,
so I missed out. Now, there's normally a rant at the start of this podcast.
There's always a rant at the start.
And me being me, I'm unprepared for the rant, other than it's really hot.
It is pretty hot today.
It's really hot. But our good friend over here, Damien.
me.
I've been told that things just grind your gears.
A lot of things grind my gears.
Oh, there we go.
This is good.
I'm going to take a seat back and...
No, you got to give me something to work with here. What's a pressing issue that we have at the moment?
We were talking in the car.
Yep.
About the dating scene. Now, I've been off the market for a very long time, right? But Kieran, another single, sexy, macho, lovely is the word I would use. Bachelor. I was going to say bachelorette right there, and I'm like, ooh, save him some dignity.
It's dignity.
But we were in the car together, Damien, and we were talking, and you were talking about the dating scene, and especially about how hard it is to find a person who
isn't batshit crazy.
Well,
isn't an absolute tool.
So what is
I'll dial back. I'll dial it back.
No. Have another drink.
I got to work into it. I shouldn't start swinging immediately. I got to give these people some sort of credit and then strike them down.
You were talking about one of your most recent dates. Mm-hmm. What happened and how did it escalate into
how
the
did we
next
start? Okay, I'll let everyone know. This had to do with a lot of food.
Now
lack of food.
Yes. Okay.
First,
I'm going to interrupt you for a second.
Hit me with it.
I went to an event
mm-hmm.
that had a lack of food, and I didn't.
Is this the event I'm thinking of?
I can't say anything. It was lovely, but towards the end of the evening, there was a lack of food, and
you're depressed. You're sad. Yeah. You're possibly a bit drunk, but you just really want 20 nuggets.
20 nuggets with Big Mac sauce, which I did not know existed, thanks to our good friend Traj. Let's give him a plug. He's Dead City Ruins. He will come onto this podcast at one stage.
Well, once he gets back from...
he's touring in Europe. Touring in Europe. So that's pretty cool. So, yes, did your evening end up with McDonald's and having 20 chicken nuggets with Big Mac sauce?
It did. But what's important to this story is I got the Maccas on my own.
Okay.
I had enough. I was a man that had enough.
Okay. So it wasn't working out.
So describe.
Okay, this isn't the first person, and this it is not just food. It is food, drinks, lifestyle choices. It is.
So how did you, going forward on this date? How did you meet this lovely lady?
Okay.
Let's start from the beginning.
Like a lot of people of our generation, there's the apps. I'm on the apps right now, and there's varying degrees of problems trying to meet these people, different quality of people, and
it always comes down to quality.
And when you find someone,
That's why we are here on the We Only Do One Take podcast.
So setting my bar high from the beginning, I delved into the apps, and on the apps, you meet some good people. They're all great, and then you meet them in person, and they're a particular type of person. I'm not the 10 out of 10 that I think I am. It all depends on the day.
I would like to say that he is available.
Now, 10 out of 10 is very, very subjective. I would constantly rate myself 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
What happens if you want to go one higher?
12, and then I'll go 12. It depends on my altered state of consciousness at the time.
So there's only one person in my life that's a 10. That's my darling girlfriend, Jess. Hi, Jess. I hope you're listening.
What are you sucking at? What do you want? What do you want?
I can't say what I want on this podcast.
Yes, you can. We're on the internet. You can say whatever you want.
I'm just going to bleep this bit out. So anyway, you were on the dating apps. Now, I've never been, like, I've only grabbed other people's phones and swiped left or right, whichever is the way to try to hook up with people on other people's phones. What's the experience like?
Okay. Let's get this straight. As a guy, it is, I wouldn't say near impossible, but it is trickier than a woman doing the same thing.
Yep.
Because there are many fish in the pond, but there's also many thirsty men fish in that pond. And they seem to ruin the pond.
Are you saying that these men have not only a fishing rod, they've got a supercharged fishing rod? They have done what they've done to their
They
cars
throw the chum
to
in
their
the
fishing
ocean.
rod.
I feel like what Damien is saying is that they're using a butterfly net to try to catch fish.
Oh, yeah.
But then I use the shotgun method.
Oh, yeah.
If you swipe right enough, eventually something will hit. So, yeah, so where do we go from here? Where do we go? Is this, you want to go straight to the date?
Let's just do it. Like,
Okay.
you know, you ask
I'm intrigued. I want to know more about this.
Okay.
See, you're telling a great story,
Yep.
and we just keep interrupting.
I know.
No, keep going.
and
We
I
are
wanna-
the worst kind of people.
And I want to hear more.
Yeah.
I really do.
Okay,
So,
I'll,
yes.
I'll tell you one little tiny story that sort of will lead into this one. Okay. I won't use names, but I met this girl. We'll call her...
Jacinta.
Jacinta is a good name. So
What
I
about
met her.
Porsche?
That
No,
is
let's.
her
Can we
name.
go Porsche? Shaniqua.
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 But she
Shaniqua.
was white. Cool.
You assume that I've gone black.
Let's not get bogged down in details, Kieran.
Oh, let's come back and bite you
Gotcha,
in
good.
the ass.
Oh, that is.
I look forward to that
brutal.
every
That is.
podcast. Okay, just to sort of put you in the position that I am right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I met this person. Seemed like a great person. Interesting enough. She looked really familiar. I'd met this girl somewhere.
It's not a cousin, right?
It's not my cousin.
Okay.
It's good. But
Because that could be an issue.
she said, which school did you go to? I told her, and we're like, this is the connection. It just so worked out that this girl was the friend of my ex.
Oh,
It worked, and
oh.
we sort of talked it over, and we pushed through for maybe a day after that. Anyway, we organised the date.
Okay, now.
And then it all
This
ca-
is
so-
where I need to interrupt.
No,
for a
trust
second.
me. Once I say this, it'll come crashing down immediately. Her mate, she didn't. I said, "What are you doing?" And I'm busy. And I said, "What are you busy doing?" She's like, "Oh no, things around the house, things I like doing." What do you love to do? Oh, cooking and cleaning. And that was it. That was everything she loved to do. And I'm not just saying that as a joke. She actually liked cooking and cleaning. And I said, "Do you want to go out?" And she's like, "Nah, can't do it. Busy. Cooking and cleaning."
So you never went on the date?
I stopped messaging.
Oh,
I had
thought
to
you
do
went
it.
on a date.
No, I cancelled that date.
Oh, I thought there was going to be some kind of.
No.
I wanted
That's
to hear
like,
about.
oh, that's
the
exactly
food.
what I want.
Don't get this wrong. No,
Yeah.
This was just the preface to the kind of people you're going to meet. I haven't told the date yet.
Oh,
This was
okay.
just the start of the date.
Because you got me excited about food,
No, there is food.
which I apologise to our guest. I don't have the cheese platter tonight.
That's true.
I'm in a bit of a rush for this recording, and I really I apologise.
That's all right.
I
It's too
don't-
hot for cheese.
It's too hot for cheese. That's right.
But
We need watermelons and
this-
exotic fruits.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
you're
can I
about to
start?
ask this girl
Let's
on the
get
date.
straight to this. Okay. So this other girl, we'll call her Jacinta this time.
So I'm confused. Is it Jacinta or
Shaniqua was the first
Shaniqua
girl.
was the first girl like
Alright.
cooking cleaning.
Yeah, the
So-
white black girl, and
Yeah.
this is Jacinta.
Jacinta?
So I finally
okay.
met someone who was all right, and I'm like, all right, let's go out. So picked her up, went to the city. I thought, okay, let's go grab something to eat, grab a drink, whatever. I don't eat.
What do you mean you don't eat?
What? Okay, what don't you eat? I don't eat chicken. Okay. Don't eat beef.
Mhm.
Don't eat pork. Don't
Mhm.
eat seafood. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. I don't drink
Is
alcohol.
she a Mormon?
She could be. I don't know. But
He didn't stick around long enough to find that bit of information.
Sorry, the whole
out.
no, I don't drink coffee was like that's a Mormon giveaway.
that is
true.
such a big thing. For some reason, like I thought this whole coffee date thing was massive. Everyone's doing coffee dates. I shit you not. I have never been on a coffee date.
I was going to take him out.
On a
That'll be
coffee
nice.
date.
I've never had a coffee date.
Really?
I
mean, most places don't serve good coffee.
I don't care. It's not about the coffee.
Oh,
bro.
it is about the coffee.
Well, as long if
It
I'm
is
happy.
about-
Wait a minute. This is the man that changed the way we rate movies based on how much legroom he had. We'll get. You know what? You've got to explain that whole thing later on because that is one of my favorite. when we first met, you explained that way of rating films.
Rating films, yes.
I fell in love with him far more than I probably should have because it was the funniest thing ever. But anyway, please continue on. So this person would not eat chicken, fish, beef, pork.
Doesn't eat food. It bothered
Celery?
the shit out of me. No. I said, what do you drink when you're home? I drink chocolate milk. I'm sorry, I eat. I drink chocolate milk.
Can I ask a question? Because this goes back to a rant.
She was 24.
Did she like Harry Potter?
We didn't touch on it. I want to say maybe.
Yeah. See?
Maybe.
This is what I was going
There
back
was a
to.
maybe on it.
This is what I was going back to.
Okay, I don't know the Harry Potter thing, and she claimed she drank 2 liters of chocolate milk a day. I wish I was joking about this, but 2 liters of chocolate milk a day, and she didn't eat food. Granted, she was skinnier than me. That's pretty skinny. And I was baffled. Anyway, we went to dinner. I ate dinner on my own.
All right, hang on, because I'm just assuming we've got
Yes.
some food lovers listening to this podcast.
Yep.
What did you have for dinner?
I had a burger at the
Oh.
Grand Tavern in the city, and it was
Okay.
fantastic.
All right, now a few questions about the burger.
We'll get to the Macca's later, though.
Did they crisp up the burger bun?
Of course.
Oh, there we go. Now, what type of meat?
It was beef.
Beef.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then what were the?
I believe it was called the Ivan Drago burger.
What was in it?
Rocky fans.
Are we talking bacon in there?
It was pretty much the lot,
Yeah.
and some fancy Ivan Drago sauce.
And
I don't know what that means.
caramelized onion.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was good. Have you been there?
No, I haven't been there.
Go to the Grand Trailer Park.
But
I have.
Oh, no,
we
is that
we
the
have,
trailer park?
absolutely have. Yeah,
oh yes,
The
because
place-
they're very quick at. So
Oh,
you
pretty
took a
fast.
person who doesn't eat to basically
I didn't care. I was
an
hungry.
American diner.
I didn't care. I was really hungry. And what do you do? What do I do?
Where you pour a drink.
She doesn't drink.
She didn't drink.
No,
like
she-
alcohol.
No,
So
nothing.
this person sits at home.
This person
cleans,
lives, and that's it.
Cleans, cooks. What? We don't know.
No, the cooking cleaning is someone else, but she has one job, and that seems to be breathing. She does nothing else.
Now, what were you wearing and what was she wearing?
I believe I was wearing jeans and just a casual shirt, nothing fancy.
Okay, so you're looking smart and casual.
I think I was looking pretty damn good.
Okay.
I think it was definitely
ironed.
date
Was it
worthy.
ironed?
Of course, you iron all your clothes.
I mean, I like to. If I can get away with not ironing, I'll not iron. You know what I mean?
I've got at least one job.
If I'm going to put on a
suit.
suit, I will get the iron out. And maybe for some work, I'll iron a shirt as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, it is free,
Really?
relaxing.
No.
Ooh.
I'm
Yeah.
just impressed.
Can't agree with
See,
that.
This, I don't think I could. I don't think I would survive with in the dating world at the moment. I don't know how you
It's
fellas
tough.
do it.
It's
I don't
really
know how
tough.
you fellas do it because I really like my food, and you can tell because I'm
I love my food.
morbidly obese.
Sorry, can I step in on this one? I have one more story to say after this.
Oh,
And
please.
this is aside from food, but it's a zinger of a story.
Oh, this is what we're here for.
We can finish the food if you like.
We're here.
yeah,
for
do
the
whatever
thing.
you
Trust
want.
me, this story never happens. This will never happen to anybody else ever again. This story.
Hang on, I got a quick question.
Yep.
When you're at the diner,
Mhm.
did you order chips or onion rings?
Chips, and it was covered in cheese.
Oh,
Okay, that was the
It was good.
closer. That was
You
the
got the good
closer.
ones.
Yeah.
It was good. You
Yeah.
got
the onion rings are good too. There, let's put that there.
Sorry, that wasn't the closer. That was the get the fuck out of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, we stopped talking that night, and that was it. It was done. Moved on to the next person. And this is a very selfish thing for me to do. And
Here.
get ready for this one,
Oh yeah.
I'm having a great time.
ladies and gentlemen. Sit down for this one because you're about to hear the most selfish man on earth.
Oh,
Okay, I hadn't gone ice skating for a very long time.
Can we get a drum roll?
oh yeah.
Drum
yeah,
roll.
Put it in. Don't worry.
Get
we
ready
put
for
it
this
in.
one. Okay, I want to go ice skating, and what I was effectively doing is finding people that want to go ice skating. So I was just playing the sweet card. Oh no, as a bit of a joke, let's go ice skating. Somebody eventually bid onto the ice skating.
Oh yes.
So anyway, a few days later, we go ice skating. Go down to the Docklands. We're ice skating. We're having a good time. She's a beginner. I'm pretty good. And we're skating around for a little bit. And I'm like, oh, all right, let me go for a little bit. I want to pick up some speed and just do my thing. Anyway,
You're on a date
we're on a date.
and you want to do your own thing.
No, hear me out on this one. Come on. We're
it's
skating
all
together.
about the lady on a
We're
date.
skating.
You take her to the Moonlight Cinemas. You put on a picnic. You
Nah,
have
that
a
cinemas
nice
is a
bottle of
bad choice.
Yeah, Cinema's
Moonlight
bad.
Cinemas. Put on a picnic.
Second date.
Have a lovely time.
Second
Bottle
date.
of
Second
wine.
date's fine.
You
I've
said
done that.
second date. You said second date.
Second
Cinema's
date.
okay.
All right, second date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take him to Crown. Let
Mhm.
him bet on a few things. You know.
Anyway.
Okay, we'll scan for probably, I'll say about half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was sort of showing her the ropes how to do it, and she was sort of holding to the rail, doing my best. And I said, just give me a second. I really want to have
Bit
some
of freedom.
fun. Some freedom, that's it.
Yeah.
I
Senor.
know what you're doing. You're doing what the wildlife do when the men want to pick up the male wildlife, want to pick up the chicks. They do the dance.
Yes.
They do the
ice
colourful
dance. He's
I
gone
get
all-
yeah. You do yeah.
get ready for the
I know
ice
what he's
dance.
doing.
Yeah.
Get ready for the
Paul
ice
and Dean
dance.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Get
How much
ready
can
for
I
this
impress
ice dance.
you?
So anyway, like a graceful swan, I pick up speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I'm
flying
picturing
around this
Barry
corner.
White music in the background.
It's good.
Flying.
Mm-hmm.
Fly around this corner. I'm plowing down the straight, and I see her on the opposite side of the straight. And I'm like, all right, I'll surprise her. I'll cut through the center we're not supposed to, and I'll sort of just like catch her from behind, sort of like just like come from behind and like get around the waist sort of
Romantic.
thing. It'll be romantic. It'll be sweet. Anyway, I fly around this. I'm probably doing like 30 Ks on flat ground. I'm zooming. She was holding to the rail all night, and as I came through the straight, for whatever reason, I'm coming up behind her. She lets go of the rail, and instead of me like going to be on her side, she comes right in front of me instead, and I plow her down at 30 kilometers. She ends up. I clip the back of her skate with my skate. She lands on her ass. I continue plowing down the straight, and I come to like a grinding halt. Quickly look behind me, and I see this girl that I'm on a date with on the floor, on the ice, and these two girls run over to come help her get off the ice. And I'm like, oh shit, I really stuffed up here. So anyway, I go there to try and help her, and we're not talking anymore. We had a good time though.
So basically, what you did was you assaulted her.
In the
court of
the
law.
most romantic way possible.
In the court of law, you
I
assaulted
thought
her.
she would have enjoyed it until I ran her over.
See, we're idiots. We always think that they'll enjoy it.
It's definitely a guy thing.
Yeah. Do you know my brother? I can't believe he's actually married to his wife. My brother, early on, bought his girlfriend at the time a pink fishing rod and tackle box.
Shit idea. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Does he fish? Oh, wait, sorry.
Let's put it out there.
Yep,
When
go
Damien-
back. Go back
Damien
20
and I
years.
Been like 20 years ago, maybe more. We found this
Oh,
book,
this is good.
and it was called Kids and Fishing. And we always laughed at this book because we're like, we're never gonna go fishing, like ever. And then we thought, let's have a joke. Let's read the book. And the first, literally, we open up the book, the contents, and the first thing is how to take your kid fishing. And like the first rule in the book was, if your kids don't want to go fishing, don't force them. And we never. That's the only line of the book that we actually
and just
know.
so you probably don't remember this, maybe you do, but Kieran, on Turch's 21st birthday in his book, that's exactly what I wrote. I pretty much said, no, happy birthday, hope you have a great night. And if there's something you have to stand by, it's that. And then I wrote it out like word for word.
I've now got a line when I marry Turch.
Yeah.
Don't force him. No? Or don't buy him it.
If your kids don't want to go fishing, don't make
force
them.
'em.
Don't
Yeah.
force them.
They force them.
That's it.
My
My mantra.
Yeah, do you know, actually, so he bought her this pink fishing rod
Yeah.
and tackle box, right?
Good choice.
Because she went fishing with him once because she was in love with him
Yeah.
at the time. Like that first 3 months of the relationship, and you're just like madly in love with one another, and you'll do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened. Anyway, fast forward many, many years, my brother's going to engage, is going to propose to her, which he did it on Christmas morning.
That's lame.
Quite romantic.
Nah, it's lame.
Because they promised each other no gifts.
Nah, it's lame.
Anyway, because I woke up Christmas morning, I was still living at home, and my mum's bawling her eyes out. I'm like, what's wrong with mum? Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go watch TV. He hid her ring, her engagement ring, in her tackle box.
This is great. This is going to be good.
So really,
so
he
is it-
bought an investment to hide the ring.
Yeah, so how good is that? He's like, well, I don't know where I'm going to hide it, that she's not going to find it. I'll put it in her tackle box.
She'll never touch it.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
sounds like slightly sexual for some reason.
In her
Hid it in her
tackle
tackle box.
Oh dear, the zingers.
I think we should get to a news story because we've been talking for a very long time, and people want to listen to the news. And you know what, Damien?
Let's get to some real news because
Some real news.
there's nothing in the
going
dating
on
scene.
that, I know you're talking about some very annoying people. How annoying would a person have to be to deny them a passport to a country?
Wait, say that again. Huh?
How annoying would a person have to be
American.
for you to deny a person
American,
a passport to live in your country?
I don't know if that would be an issue. Well, I don't see the issue there. Annoying. How annoying could that be?
Okay, so A Swiss town has denied passport to a Dutch vegan because she is too annoying.
Here.
So this Dutch vegan who applied for a Swiss passport has had her application rejected because the locals had found her too annoying. Nancy Holton, 42, has moved to Switzerland from the Netherlands when she was 8 years old, and now has children who are Swiss nationals. However, when she tried to get a Swiss passport for herself, the residents of the town, I cannot pronounce it for the life of me, rejected her application.
Come on, pronounce it.
Gipfel Oberfink. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That is terrible.
Miss Holton, a vegan and animal rights activist, has campaigned against the use of cowbells on the village.
What? No.
What does that have to do with being vegan?
Cowbells is my favourite musical instrument.
And her actions have annoyed the locals. She told the local media that the bells which the cows have to wear when they walk around from the in the pasture are especially heavy. The animal carries around 5 kilos around their neck, and it causes friction and burn to their skin. The sound the cowbell makes is 100 decibels. It is comparable with a pneumatic drill. We would not want such heavy things hanging close to our ears. Now, she says a cowbell is 100 decibels. Like, that's like going, like listening to a rock concert. That's like a rock gig. That's about 110, about 110. So that's what we're talking about. She's saying that those cowbells around the cows' necks are 100 decibels.
I don't know about that. I want to look into it because it's only a very short time. What do the cows need to wear the bells for?
Well, that's when
they have
walk around.
horns.
Why did cows need to...
God,
wear-
get out.
sorry.
Get the fuck
I
out.
had to do it.
I
Come
missed
on.
that. What was that?
Oh, listen back to the podcast, mate.
It's
I don't listen to the podcast. I'm on the podcast.
I'll try and pepper it with bad jokes.
Oh, but can you... But
I just looked it up right now. A cow weighs about a ton.
Yeah.
Somebody crunch the numbers and find out what 5 kilos is to a ton because it.
Well, 100 kilos would be 10%. 10 kilos would be
All right, here we go,
1%.
people.
5 kilos would be 0.5 of a percent
I
of the weight
I
of the
just
cow.
want to...
So it weighs
I've got some
nothing.
fact checking here.
Some fact checking.
A normal conversation is about 60 decibels.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right?
So not this podcast.
Yep. A lawnmower is about 90 decibels.
So that's us.
Yep.
We're hitting that lawnmower.
A loud rock concert is about 120 decibels.
Oh, okay. Even louder than I thought.
In general, sounds above 85 are harmful, depending on how long and how often you're exposed to them,
So
and whether you wear hearing protection, such as earplugs in your earlobes.
So she's saying that the cowbell around the cow's neck is louder than a lawnmower.
I'm going to call bullshit on that.
Well, anyway, because of how annoying she is about her beliefs,
But she's vegan. That's the start of the whole issue.
That's another thing.
Oh, it's a study! There's a study on it!
What?
This is a news article.
This is a news article.
Yeah, but I just googled how much decibels is a cowbell. A study in 2014.
Oh, jeez, we're too scientific here. Wow.
Get these men on the show. So what does it say?
So,
I don't know. It's flawed.
Oh,
I'm just reading the authors. It's written by vegans.
okay. But anyway, Miss Holton describes herself as a freelance journalist, model, and drama
Ugh.
student,
Here we go.
and also has campaigned against other number of Swiss traditions like hunting, pig races, and noisy church bells in town. I mean, this person is the biggest killer.
This woman is-
No, she's got something right.
She's
What?
unemployed and she hates bells.
And she
Cowbells,
doesn't
church
eat meat
bells.
or cheese.
No,
This person is the devil.
she's got something right.
What?
She's protesting against church
No,
bells.
just the bells.
Here.
No.
I'm in favour. I used to live in a street that had a church up the road.
You still do. There's one down the road.
Oh yeah, but they don't have bells.
Yeah.
And this one would ring their bells every Sunday morning when I was trying to sleep in. So I wrote a letter to them. I wrote a letter as a 14-year-old Kieran.
Who did you address that to?
Dear Mr. Priest, your bells are too loud. Please stop Quasimodo from ringing them.
I think my mum's actually saved the letter because it was something like "Dear fuckhead."
Can you bring it in? If you can find that letter, I would love a live reading of that letter.
It is really embarrassing.
Oh, that's why I want to read it. Can't read it. I'll read it. I'll put my
I think
best
I'll be
Kieran
arrested for terrorism if it's read out aloud.
I'll put my best Kieran voice on and bleep out all the swear words.
Oh, what is a Kieran voice?
Oh. Wait.
Here we go.
I was putting the glasses on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for being here
bullshit.
today. Bullshit. You know, I'm just gonna
Yeah, but I'm gonna sound like I don't know.
You need to sound more like this. I'll tell you what. That's what you gotta do with the wogs.
But toucans. I got a good one.
Yeah.
This actually came out today.
Today, fresh off the press.
This is fresh off the press.
Now people are gonna know we recorded this.
Should know that way.
Could have been any day of the week.
Our listeners don't watch the Channel 7 news.
No one does.
All right.
Apparently, they're almost about to make a million people that like them on Facebook. They're up to like 900,000.
Doesn't
It's 'cause
mean
that
anything.
chick, what's her, the weather girl with the boobs.
Oh yeah.
Jane Bunn.
Yeah, so
Oh,
here we
yeah.
go.
Yeah, everyone knows.
All throughout the tennis, that's all they've been advertising
Yeah.
is the weather girl. They haven't been advertising anyone else. It's just been the weather girl. What was the Channel 9's weather girl?
Lavinia Nixon.
Oh, Lavinia Nixon.
Yeah, she was
I've
good
got
too.
a crush on her.
Yeah.
All right. A dozen camels were
Oh,
disqualified.
he stole my news story.
Oh, did I?
That was yes. Keep going. We'll go with it. That's all right.
It's got jokes. He's written jokes.
I
That's
have-
right, go.
Oh, I've
Just
got
go-
plenty of
no,
others.
that's what we
we can
can do.
delete
No,
this.
let's do the camels one.
We can
Let's
do it together because I just want to say one thing before you say that. Arabs do get the bad press all the time. There's always terrorist stories, and when I read this, well, it brought a smile to my face because it put them in a good light. It was great, despite it being in their eyes a terrible situation. It was brilliant.
Have you heard this
I
one?
haven't, so I want to hear two people joke
Anything,
about this. This is
anything
great.
you thought of Arabs, you'll be turned around and laughing your ass off right now. Go for it.
A dozen camels were disqualified from a beauty contest in Saudi Arabia because their handlers gave them Botox.
Oh, that is amazing.
Judges stepped in when they realized the animals' lips, noses, and jaws had been injected. The annual camel contest is a serious affair in Saudi Arabia with prize money worth more than $6.5 million.
Oh my god.
Well,
In case
you say
you-
6.5.
Yeah.
My sources were different.
Oh, what were your sources?
It was roughly 50 million for the entire
50
competition.
million?
No, and
Let's go with 50.
no. And 30 million of that was dedicated directly just to the camels. Because
Oh my
I
God.
can list off a few things that were also at the event. Apparently,
I
So
feel
that
like the
literally
camels
is-
have better lives
there
than
were
the wives.
30,000 camels, allegedly. 30,000 camels.
Allegedly.
Okay, the reason why there was so much money, I'll tell you some of the things that were at the event. Do you know any of these?
No, that is
Oh,
all the
that's good.
research
That's
I've done.
It was like a normal event. There's food stalls, souvenirs. There was a petting zoo featuring the world's tallest and shortest camel. There were sand sculptures of camels, and there were tents for tasting camel milk and viewing camel hair textiles.
I've had a camel burger once before,
Really?
and it was delicious.
That's amazing.
What does it taste like?
I don't know, camel?
Cool.
Let's put it out there. You said what, 30 million or 50 million?
No, I think the whole entire competition, because there were different classes,
Yeah,
there were like
yeah.
50 million, but I think 30 million of that was dedicated to this
So
competition.
just putting it out there, that means that there's more prize money at this camel beauty contest than the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, and
Yeah.
the tennis.
And the tennis, yeah.
But to be fair, these are Saudi kings that are doing this.
That's right.
But
For
the
princes, mainly.
and the judges are looking for lush and droopy lips.
So wait, why would they want Botox if they want droopy lips?
No. The bigger the lips, the better. Because apparently,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
They-
no, I've got more information. 12 camels have recently been disqualified.
Wow.
they pull the lips of the camel every day to make them longer, and hormones to make the heads bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that doesn't work for all body parts. Just
And I'm
putting it
not
out
too
there,
sure.
people.
I'm not too sure if this is the son of the king who held the event. He said it makes the head more inflated, so when the camel comes, it's like, oh, look how big that head is. It has big lips and a big nose. So apparently, this is a big deal in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, so now my question is, right, these guys have gone around and they've obviously gone, one, we're going to have a camel beauty contest. That's fine. Look, I'm up for that. The next thing is someone's going to go, you know what? I am a better judge of camels than anybody else. I should be on the panel. These are the kind of... It's not about just, having the camels there, it's about getting people to participate in this in an actual event. with money.
30,000 camels, though.
That's a lot of camels.
That's
It's
a
a
lot.
28-day event.
That's like 10,000 camels a day.
And it's 40.3 million pounds.
That's even more
Wow.
than 50. That's like
Is
like,
that in the 80
Australian
million,
dollars?
90?
It's like $65 million.
Give us a figure.
Hang on.
Put this into perspective for the listeners.
Yeah, it's 46,000 Australian dollars.
Oh, that's right. Pounds are bigger. Sorry.
Mm.
Forget what I said.
It's 57 US.
So it's about 65 million
Shit.
Australian. Or like, I don't know, 170.
70. There you go.
There you go. But, or like, 42 Bitcoin.
Oh, sorry. We should be speaking in Bitcoin,
Oh,
shouldn't
no,
we?
right.
The camel is a symbol of Saudi Arabia, explained the chief judge of the show.
Have they had a war with them yet?
I don't know. I can't believe this. By the way, Saudi Arabia is getting its first movie theaters, and soon women will be permitted to drive.
So wait a minute, you're telling me, going back to our first episode, our second episode with about sex robots and the robot. So that robot in Saudi Arabia could drive and leave the house without any hijabs and all that sort of stuff. Literally had more rights than the women.
Correct.
And the camels can show more skin than the women.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and the Camel Festival has moved from the outskirts to the capital.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's amazing. I feel like I want to go see this
I
camel
think
show.
we should do that because I know, is it Alice Springs, Australia?
we have the largest
camel race?
population of camel.
Yeah, we do. But I think Alice Springs. But have you guys? I know this is slightly off topic, but perfectly good. Have you ever seen the YouTube video of the camel racing the 4 midgets?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So in America, they have like the world running team of midgets, like the 4x4 race,
Yeah, the 4x4.
and they thought they would run faster than a camel. So these 4 guys raced a camel. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I think you should watch it.
Do
when
they
you
have
guys
legs
are
like Dutch hounds?
Yeah.
I will be Googling that.
That is. I'll tell you what, it's one of those videos. You know what? There's always a video on YouTube you go, I can watch it a million times, just laugh and just have a really good time. Feel better about everything. This is one of those videos. That and the monkey that rides the bicycle.
I have to see this.
Yes,
I have to see this.
absolutely. Monkeys. Do you know what? I remember going to the zoo and then just seeing the monkeys' colourful butts and then just laughing. Oh, thanks for leaving me hanging on that one. Thanks for leaving me hanging.
I saw
Great.
them too.
Now
and it
there's a
was
soundbite of me saying, I love going to the zoo and looking at the monkeys' colourful butts. I know what's going to happen
Insert crickets.
when I run for president. That will come back to bite me.
Look, can I bring one thing up? I brought this up to you the other day, and it was just on the talk of Arabs and camels and all that. I was blown away by this one. Okay, last weekend we're off to a family event, and as I was leaving my wonderful town, I saw 2 women, 2 Arabic women, wearing. And this is not country Victoria. This is the suburbs. Lots of cars, lots of houses, lots of people. Just before the entrance to the freeway. I see 2 women in burqas riding horses on the footpath, walking towards the Hume Freeway.
Yes. I'm a man who likes to get on a
I
horse.
was blown away by that. That does not happen.
I'm so glad we're so multicultural around here. This is the fun of it.
I want to tell you something. I'll prevent the names so
Yeah.
so I don't name them. But I know someone.
Call her Jacinta.
Call him
No, it's
Jacinta.
a he.
Call
It's a
him
he.
Jacinta.
And he
Jacinto.
married. He married.
Hang on a sec. I gotta find if Jacinta was in.
He married an Ethiopian lady,
Yeah.
right? And so she was coming.
Give him a nickname.
Jacinta. It is a real name. Jacinto is a Spanish and Portuguese name. It can refer to a saint.
There you go.
Keep going.
Man, I'm on the money.
We are an educational show. That is
Well, speaking of Spanish words,
okay.
people want the Spanish word for black changed because they think it's racist.
Oh, Negro.
So, did you guys see this news article, what was happening in the lovely world of idiots?
Not
Nah.
at all.
Okay, so basically this woman put up a thing on Twitter saying that she had lost her dog.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's sad. And her dog's name is Negro, which is Spanish for black.
Mm-hmm.
So people decided that instead of going, "Oh, that's really sad, you lost your dog," they went, "You definitely ain't gonna find a dog like that with a name. Find a dog now with a name like that," or saying that she was racist because Negro sounds like the. I'm not gonna say the N word. Obviously, that's what they're referring to. But they're thinking because she called her dog Negro, which means black, and the dog was black. I haven't got a photo of it. I think she's racist. How horrible is that?
You mean you don't have a photo for me to describe? I am appalled.
Look, it was a good-looking dog, and she lost it, and I feel very sad for her. Especially now because everyone's calling her racist because she called her dog black.
Wait, the person who complained, is she Spanish?
Well, it's a whole bunch of SJW types on Twitter.
Well, that's the problem from the start. There we go. When your source material is shit.
Ugh.
How are you supposed to soar the eagles when you work with turkeys?
I really want to get an SJW on this show.
I would love to.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I think I know a few. I'll get some on.
Clear out 3 hours.
Or is this like a setup? You're just going to bait them in and then just absolutely destroy them on the show?
I'll get them in with the cheese. Actually, no, they'll probably...
No, they can't. They're vegan.
Oh, right.
Vegans.
Give them
You
tofu.
get them in with the celery.
sandwiches.
Got some celery.
I'll be eating cheese.
Yeah. And meat. I'm seeing a big turkey leg or something like that. But you know what? It's getting to the stage now where people don't understand. Like, these are the people that are meant to be like culturally sensitive, right?
Who?
Like the SJWs. These people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they've gone on and gone, like, you know, oh, we must protect it. They're saying something bad against black people when she wasn't. But not only that, they're disrespecting her culture and her language.
Oh, where does she live? Where
She's
does
in
this...
Mexico.
So she's Spanish. She
Well,
lives in...
Mexicans speak Spanish.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
We try.
Yeah.
Especially on this podcast. But yeah, so they're now disrespecting her culture and language by telling her that she can't say the word for black.
Oh, absolutely. I think she should be able to.
So now it's this is that double think that everyone always that people don't seem to realize.
Good on her for calling her dog. You know what? If my old man has a dog and it's white,
Yeah.
right? And it's adorable.
Yeah,
I should just call it white or
Yeah.
whitey,
yeah,
right? There'd be no issue.
yeah.
There would be no issue.
But this is that double think, right? And this is what I was going to go on about.
And
If
if
we
they had a
call
dog
it-
that was black, why not call it black?
Yeah, exactly right. But, you know, it's one of those things that this is obviously not racist. This is obviously, like, the intention here was to call the dog black.
That's
'cause
it.
the
Intention.
colour.
Intention. That's
Exactly
what it's
right.
all about.
But people who have said this person is racist because they've called the dog black are the actual racists in this case. And that's for me, like, you can read these things and go, oh, it's pretty funny, but you have to understand that these people are so overly sensitive about absolutely nothing that they've... You know when you say a word a lot, like, you know, Australians are very comfortable saying the word cunt,
Australians
for
are
instance.
casual racists.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, you know when...
You go overseas and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're just like, okay, the things that I've been saying
Are very-
is probably considered
But
racist.
you know, when we're in a group of your mates and you say a word over and over and over again, like, you know, I was very uncomfortable saying the word cunt years ago, you know, for 10 years ago, whatever it is. And because it became a regular part of the vernacular of our group, you know, and we never said, we could say cunt in an ugly way, we could also say cunt in a nice way. That's pretty much the Australian way of talking, this and that. I became more comfortable with the word cunt. And because of that, it became less and less offensive. And because of that, it became a normal part of the thing. And it didn't have the impact that it did 10 years ago for me and for anyone else. I think that's what a lot of this comes down to. People get so offended by a word, they stop people from saying it. So when anyone ever says it again, they get really, really overly offended.
See,
but I think coming in, letting it talk out more and say, look, you know, let's talk about these things out in the public. You know, let's just say these bad words. Let's just say these bad things and that more often. That allows people to, one, become more familiar with the topic. Two, allow it becomes a normal part of the vernacular of it, or, you know, normal part of society. And after that, that's when you can actually grow on it. Because now if we say, don't say it because it might offend someone somewhere here and there.
So what? So what if you offend anyone?
That's it. That's right.
I don't
But
care
that's
if I
the thing,
offend people.
These people get offended, and now, this person here is getting absolute backlash for absolutely no reason.
And this is one of the things, and I know I try to avoid talking about religion, and I'm going to be really hard and try and not talk about religion right now. I feel, so number one, I don't care if I offend people.
Yeah.
Right. And so what if you're offended?
Yeah.
And I think I can take that. If I had 1,000 people, calling me names because I've offended them, my opinion is still going to be so what? Put up an argument, right? I'm lucky enough that I've got philosophical training.
We try our best.
That I can put together an argument or pull apart an argument, right? Now, words, I think, use in the language. Use whenever you want, right? I think if you're going to be swearing or using cursive words or whatever all the time, go away, annoy someone else. But it also comes down to the intent. And I think there's two elements here as well, right? If you're going to use a word and then you say it, and then all of a sudden you realize, you go, oh, hang on a second, that could have been offensive in something that someone can't change.
Yeah.
So never pick on anyone if they can't change something.
Yeah.
Right. I think
someone's height.
I think Ricky Gervais has said something very similar to that.
Bad people about their height because they can't change that.
They can't change that, right?
Exactly right, Kieran.
Thank you. I'm still going to bag you because you're short. I don't care.
Well,
I tried to slip that one under the radar.
I believe we came off a small topic of you talking about midgets.
But they can't change that, and that's what they are, aren't they? I don't know.
They are. They know they're short, though.
Yeah.
And I mean, if
they're racing a camel,
they're well aware of the height of the camel.
I would.
If
I was talking to a I don't know what the politically correct term is, right? But if I was talking to a midget or a small person, I would actually ask that person.
I believe that's the term.
I feel like this is a bit insensitive.
No, but I was saying, I'd actually probably not bring it up. But if I did, I'd go, what's something for you? Because I know that this might be sensitive
so I
or something
wouldn't even bring it up at all. And I think that's the important thing.
I probably wouldn't, right?
I think that's the important thing. Like, if someone's a different skin color or a different height or different race or different gender, I just wouldn't bring it up because I feel like that's bringing an attention to something
not
that's
an issue.
not of value. I'd rather judge them on the way what they're talking about or what they're the actions that they perform or how much they can have a drink and have a bit of a laugh. Like for me, that's more important than what color you are, what race you are, what sex you are, what how terrible a guitarist you are. Like that's more important to me rather than
But I think if you're deliberately trying to discriminate, or you're deliberately trying to, there's times that you can discriminate. We do discriminate, but I guess if you're trying to cause deliberate harm,
and that's it's the intention.
It always comes down to the intent. And that lady calling her dog
Negro,
yeah. Right, fair enough. Good on her. Well
yeah,
done.
Of course. It's just a word. It's just words only have as much power as you put into it, and other people receive it. And if you're going into it without an intent of being angry, I think that there's not as much harm as people can interpret that negatively. But if you say, "Look, I never actually meant it like that," like in this case, obviously each case is each instance is case by case. But you've got to take everything with a grain of salt, and you've got to understand everything is meant to be fun, happy. And 99.9% of people aren't racist, aren't sexist, all that sort of thing.
Most people are genuine human beings.
You
Damien, you're very quiet on this topic. Just say I concur.
I concur.
Let's
not be
Damien
racist.
just hates people that doesn't eat any kind of food. That's what it is. That's what really hits him.
I'm with him on that one.
I have a lot of hatreds, but yeah, like what you said, no, it doesn't bother me. I meet a lot of different people where I work. A lot of different people. If you're tall, you're short, you're black, you're white, it doesn't make a difference. We all get along. But no, we're gonna joke here. But yeah, if you don't eat food, if you don't do something that brings us together, you're an idiot. If you can't have a drink, have a laugh, have a bite, just don't be a dick. That should just be the rule right there. If your dog's name is Black or you call it a Negro, perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with it. It's this complete moron that has stepped in and...
It's like that whole thing, like, like we talked to our family members.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your dad said the same sort of thing, like, back in the day, the wogs in Australia weren't liked very much. Like,
Well, the
the
word wog alone, that's...
You know?
We took it on board there for some reason.
Yeah,
but
and that's it. And we just sort of said, yeah, look, we still love Australia because we came here. We did all that sort of thing,
But the word itself, wog, doesn't actually, if you break it down, doesn't really mean anything bad at all.
No, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly right. But in the same sense, it was used as a derogatory term.
Oh, for sure.
There's
But
the intent.
Yeah.
That's the intent.
But
like you
going
said, yeah.
forward, like, we sort of say, yeah, look, we are, whatever. But our culture's important to us too. But we still love Australia. We came here and we like to enjoy our stuff. Anyway, maybe we go into the next
That's
thing.
fair enough. And I have an advertisement,
Ooh.
Is this a sponsor?
ladies and gentlemen. And we haven't been paid yet for any of our sponsors.
Oh.
They're terrible. This is the... Oh, they've been around since 1973.
That's not that long ago.
No.
Normally, you read these things, you're like, oh, I've got to bring a side note here. Hold on just a second.
That was our last week's sponsor.
Hang on just a second. Okay, perfect example.
I already did that one last week.
But I just want to make the... Okay, you said, what year is... I'll make... You can go to your sponsor in just a second. What year is that made? Or existing... Established.
Can I say
Damien, this is the sponsor.
Oh,
Can I say the font made it look like it was a lot older
that's my point.
than it is?
So that one was made in the 70s. This is from 1779. I came across a brand of biscuits maybe a month ago that claimed to be from the 1600s. I shit you not.
How
Anyway.
stale were they?
They were brand new, but I question the legitimacy of the established date. So come back to your bottle that you assumed was much older.
Anyway, this is the advertisement. This is the Hakashui. No, Hakushu.
Stop. We can cut that out. Start again.
The Hakashu. I did Japanese as well, so I know Hakashu.
Damien, you say we can cut it out, but basically it means I leave it in.
It's the Hakashu single malt whiskey from the Hakashu distillery, produced by Suntory, product of Japan, and it's a distiller's reserve. And it is very nice. It's a single malt whiskey. It has approximately 24 standard drinks, and it's 43% alcohol. And it's a product of Japan, imported by the Suntory Australian Proprietary Limited, found over in Burke Road. There we go. Go to www.suntory.com/whiskey.
Have you got another news article for us there, Kieran?
I sure do. I'm about to get on a flying jet bird, or in other words, a fart tube.
You mean a thing to get you from one side of the flat Earth to another part of the flat Earth?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And I believe the flat earthers actually, a few days ago, launched their own rocket. They finally launched their own rocket to see whether the Earth is actually flat.
Good luck.
So how does that work?
I don't know. I'll keep.
I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm just a brain surgeon here, Damien. One thing at a time.
I actually went to a bar, and the guy who owned it was a rocket scientist.
There you
Jeez,
go.
he sold himself short on that deal.
I never spoke to him. Anyway. I'm about to get on a fart tube, or the flying jet bird, as Slim Dusty would put it. Oh, the late Slim Dusty. What a great man he was.
I'd have a drink with him.
I would definitely have a drink with him and Duncan.
Have a drink on Australia Day for Slim Dusty.
And
Penhowland's birthday.
by the way, there was the upgrade option to
Yep.
premium
Did
economy.
you do it?
$70.
Premium economy.
Yeah, I put it in and it's been accepted.
There you go.
So what do you get? What's the addition of the premium?
Leg room.
Is that it?
Leg room, I think, and
Oh,
And you
right.
get like a meal a little bit, don't you?
better food or
Yeah,
something. I don't
yeah.
know.
That's all right.
Anyway, so I'm rather excited about that.
That's great.
That's right.
That's like a few hours, what, 10-hour flight, 9-hour flight to Vietnam?
9 hour
Yeah,
flight.
enough, yeah.
No, about 9 hours. Anyway, I've got this article here.
Yeah.
And because once I came back from Vietnam and the flight, we boarded the plane and then we had to get off the plane because we were taxiing and then there was some problem and things went beep, beep, beep. And we were delayed by about 3 hours, which was fine.
These are souvenir spoons that I've been talking about.
yeah. I'm going to get those spoons.
better
I'm
get
going to
those
get the spoons. If worst comes to worst, I'll come back with shirts that have got the We Only Do One Take podcast.
Alright.
And which was fine. So I went to the bar, right, and got drunk and then boarded the plane and then fell asleep. So that was fine. But this plane in America had to do an emergency landing because someone spilt their soft drink. So they're mid-flight, and they now have to land, do an emergency landing because someone spilt their soft drink. And it's not a passenger.
Wow.
Because you think if a passenger spills a soft
Who
drink,
cares?
right?
Good
It's
deal.
just
I've
on a
seen people
passenger.
throw up on planes like off the side, and they just keep flying.
So what's the deal? What happened there?
So who
Tell us more.
spilled the soft drink? Is my question.
Okay, so
Chimpanzee. The zoo at the back was really a ruckus.
oh wait, no, I read it wrong. It was a passenger.
So they didn't
Sorry,
have to
an
stop the
American
plane.
Airlines flight on Monday from Miami to Chicago was diverted. Chicago was diverted to Jacksonville shortly after takeoff. No, it wasn't shortly. Anyway, Matt Miller, a spokesman for American Airlines, told Jacksonville.com that a soft drink splashed on an electronic device in the main cabin.
Oh, so like you dropping stuff on my very expensive recording equipment.
I dropped it on the table and it happened to spill, and the puddle made it closer to your very expensive
Yeah, I
electronic
know.
equipment.
We almost lost the episode.
And I almost had to pay you. God knows how much that costs. Preston Wake, 43, a passenger, said a flight attendant fumbled on a soft drink that soaked him. I can't really tell you how far it went, but I was soaked. Wake told the paper. I had to change my clothes and everything. Wake praised the crew for an
And
important
everything.
and airport staff for accommodating the passengers. Well, that was boring. I should probably read these before.
Wait, so what happened to the plane once it landed?
I don't know.
Did
it
they
just
take back
ended.
off again? That's
so
it?
wait, so what? So they spilled some stuff a little bit on the plane, but mostly on himself.
He had to
and
change
the-
his clothes
And apparently on some electronic equipment that wasn't
well-
on the flight deck.
on the. So what does he do? Like I
landed on
remember
a
back when
phone, that's it.
I was saying, I remember back as a kid that Ansett used to allow you to walk into the cockpit.
Yeah, and you
Oh,
got to see
wow.
the
And you got
pilot.
to see the
Got
pilot.
to
That
see
was
the
a thing.
pilot. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's incredibly dangerous.
yeah. I was like
That's great,
4
though.
at the time, but yeah, but like this is before 9/11.
In the year 2000, before 9/11,
Yeah.
because my old man works at the airport.
Yep.
I'd go with him, and I'd be actually in like one of those cars, and they're called safety cars, and I was in it with him and the guy driving, who was like flooring it down the runway
You're
and like
joking.
drive. Yeah, and it was
You were
just-
allowed on.
yeah. Wow. No security as well. It was sort of like tag,
Yeah.
and these two have got the visitor passes. In you go.
Wow, hey.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
How much it's changed.
You'll never get that chance again.
And I used to sleep because my dad was an air traffic controller, so I used to sleep like at the Melbourne air traffic controller. Like they'll just pull out a mattress and like go to sleep because
yeah. So yeah, but
mind you, can I tell you they had an ice cream machine there?
Yeah.
And this ice cream machine
self-serve.
was the be all and end all.
Yeah.
It was amazing. They and they got rid of it, and it was very distraught when they got rid of it. But you'd select the ice cream, and it was in a vending machine, and then the tub would open, and then this like vacuum cleaner suction thing would come down, and then like suck up the ice cream,
Oh, that's pretty
Whoa.
cool.
and then it would like suck it through, and then it would like spit it out.
We have to look into this.
It was pretty cool.
The We Only Do One Take podcast ice cream machine.
Yep.
Coming, maybe next year.
Wow, hey.
Sorry. Anyway,
Your story was actually more exciting than the story.
See this podcast. Damien came in before and was impressed at how professional we were
We
when
try
we're
our
setting
best.
up.
You know what? Yeah, he's just like, wow, we've got like all this stuff here. It's like a proper mic.
Don't
It's
let the
amazing.
word garage fool you. It's that is the nickname for their
Studio.
studio. Yeah, they call it the garage. You know, it's just
Well, this is actually sometimes when I think about this podcast, and I'm like, actually,
Studio and gym.
yeah. Thanks, Joe Rogan. Sometimes I think about this podcast and I'm like, geez, we actually like sync up our articles a little bit too much, or our stories a little bit too much, and it seems to all intertwine very well. Because I've got a story here about the roundup of the worst travel advisor holiday reviews.
Ooh.
So basically, every year they release these,
Yeah.
and
They're like the Darwin Awards.
yeah, like
Released
people
every year.
go like people leave reviews on things, like just in general, and these guys have found the worst or the funniest or the stupidest. So this guy here went to so it says hot and bothered in Central America.
Mm-hmm.
You said the town was next to a volcano, but when we went, there was no lava. I'm pretty sure it was just a mountain.
Yes.
How about this one? So this person went to New York Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
The animals at the zoo looked very sad, and it made our children cry.
Mhm.
Can't they train them to smile? It's where we need the Botox. We need the Botox for the camels.
Do you remember when they did that human experiment? I think it was in Fed Square, where they had those people living in that glass box,
I don't know.
Nah.
and you could like turn up at any time and watch them.
Don't remember it at all.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna Google it.
Oh. So how about this one? Feeling second breast in Spain. So someone commented, women were sunbathing topless on the beach, and my husband spent all day looking at them.
Oh no!
And this one here, in deep water in Italy, no one told us that there would be fish in the sea. The children were surprised and upset.
Aw. Aw.
And I think this one here was my favorite one. So it says here, can you tell the difference? We brought designer sunglasses from a market and later found out they were fake.
And they said that they would send the receipt. Oh dear.
So, no matter where you go in the world, it sounds like people are just retarded. Can you say retarded? I'm going to say
Under 50% of the population have to be under 100 points on the IQ test.
That's true.
Mm.
I never thought of it like that, but now I'm feeling like I'm in that 50%. On the wrong side of that spectrum.
Not our listeners, though.
No,
Our
no.
listeners are definitely in the top 10%.
I would say so. Even our guests are in the top 10%.
I'll just say, if you listen to the podcast, you'll eventually be on the podcast.
Are you a subscriber? I mean,
Absolutely.
Do you
I'm
do that thing where you subscribe and you're now one of those 15?
Yeah.
He's subscribed on iTunes.
No. YouTube Red.
YouTube Red.
I'm probably the only YouTube Red user on your subscribing.
Oh, we stopped uploading to YouTube.
Oh, no,
Go to
I'm working
iTunes.
on it. Just because I found this guy is subscribing to YouTube.
Oh no, but then I'll also use Podcast Addict.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
So
doesn't
you
bother me. As
subscribe to
long as it's
iTunes.
there, I'll find it.
Oh, how exciting.
Different
What's
sources.
our update? What's our figure update? Make it up.
Make it up.
Yeah, what was it last time? 'Cause
Well, I did upload something recently just thanking all the fans, and we'd like to thank all the fans once again. We've definitely got over 300 now. We've got 15 followers. At last check, I checked a while back now.
Yes, that's
So
good.
it's really exciting. Kieran is working on the Patreon.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And-
so what are you looking for on your Patreon?
We're looking for donations for booze, and we'll
Ooh.
also be doing some bonus content as the weeks go on, depending on what we can actually.
Yeah,
like
bonus content, and to update the equipment, and to have more exciting guests. Because I think it would be nice to take the We Only Do One Take podcast out of the awesome studio.
We'd love
and
to do
June.
a live show.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. I'm working on getting Father Bob.
We've also got
love to have Father Bob
we've got
on the
a few,
show.
We've got a few other people on the.
Oh, I haven't updated you, and
Yep.
I think this is a good time.
Don't tell people who the guest is because I don't want to surprise. I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, okay. But next podcast that we do that goes live to the people,
Yeah.
we will have a very special guest.
Yeah. Oh.
You and I don't. I only know the pseudonym name.
Yes.
I have never met this person. You've never met this person.
That's exciting. I know exactly who it is,
And
but I don't.
they're coming on.
That's amazing.
They write hilarious content.
That's awesome.
Absolutely hilarious content. And they're coming on, and I'm absolutely excited.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for this.
That's so exciting. That's so exciting. I'm very
Okay, so
excited.
we won't tell them
No.
who's coming on.
No. But we'll keep it a secret because I will post something maybe a little bit earlier to sort of get this going on. But Kieran, I think we should wrap it up because that's a good show.
That is a very good show.
I think we should thank our guest Damien for coming on.
Before we do that, because
Yes.
I'll let everyone know. When I was invited to the show,
Mhm.
I was told to bring a few things. Bring a news story, which you stole my thunder.
Yep.
Um,
I'm not going to apologize.
no, you don't have to. That's all right. It was low hanging fruit anyway. I
You know,
went
you should
straight
have
to the
beat,
top.
you should have
I
beaten me
didn't
to
see
it.
it, so someone.
It was big news. Everyone had it.
It
Ugh,
yeah, it was
obviously.
big.
I was like, no one's gonna have this, and then I typed it in like word for word, and like every news site had it.
Do you know what the actual probably 2 minutes that I sat down and turned the TV on today that came on, and I was
same.
like, that's going on the show.
I was busy. I didn't have time last night, and I got home late. I was like, well, what can
Anyway,
you do?
what were you saying?
Yeah, so you said bring a rant, and I perhaps brought a rant, maybe more of a whinge. A news story, again, you stole my thunder. You said bring some jokes. I didn't bring any jokes, but I might leave myself on one thing, a zinger that probably no one else knows about.
Ooh, I like a zinger.
Get ready for this one.
And
Bring it.
KFC zingers are delicious.
I'll put that away.
Okay.
This I cannot confirm or deny this one, but Kim Jong-un may be stepping down from his role as president.
Wow.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Well, apparently he wanted a career change.
Oh,
Yes! I squeezed it in there.
And on that note, people, we only do one take podcast. Again, if you haven't subscribed to us on SoundCloud, please do. If you haven't subscribed to us on iTunes, please do. And if you haven't liked us on Facebook to get all the juicy goss details and potentially nipple pictures of Kieran, please subscribe to that as well. Damien, thank you so much for coming on the show
thank you
today.
very much for having me. Thank you, Kieran.
Fantastic. Kieran, thank you so much for another spectacular 10th episode.
Yay.
Very exciting. And we will see you next Thursday.
Yes, we will. We'll see them next Thursday, yes.